If you drive for Uber, deliver for DoorDash, sell on Etsy, or freelance on Fiverr, pay attention, you are running a business. The IRS knows it, and right now, you are probably leaving over $1,249 on the table every single year. Here is the research. Keeper Tax analyzed over 200 freelancer tax returns and found the average gig worker overpays by 21%. The National Association for the Self-Employed puts missed deductions at $3,000 to $5,000 per person per year. The IRS does not send a reminder when you miss a write-off. You just quietly hand over money you were legally allowed to keep. We reviewed 5 accounting tools built for Schedule C filers in 2026. Most are completely free. One automatically sets aside your quarterly taxes every time income hits your account. One tracks mileage at $0 per month and pays for itself on just 3,000 miles. And there is one tool every blogger still calls free that has not been free since 2023. Stay with me. Quick note before we get into the tools. This is for educational purposes only. These are general strategies, not advice specific to your situation. Always run your deductions by your own licensed tax professional before filing. First, understand exactly what you are managing. As a Schedule C filer, you owe self-employment tax of 15.3% on top of your regular income tax. That is 12.4% for Social Security and 2.9% for Medicare. Unlike W-2 employees, you pay both sides. On $50,000 in net income, that is $7,065 in self-employment tax before income tax. The right accounting tool reduces that number by capturing every legitimate deduction against your net income. The IRS also requires quarterly estimated payments. Miss one, and you face a 7% annualized underpayment penalty. On a $5,000 shortfall, that is $350 in completely avoidable penalties. There is actually a tool that checks whether each of your deductions is properly set up before your return goes in. I will come back to it in a few minutes. First, let us get into the tools. Tool number 1. Wave. The starter plan is $0 per month permanently. Not a trial, not a free tier that expires in 30 days. $0 forever. Unlimited invoicing, receipt scanning from your phone, expense tracking, and financial reports all included. For a remote designer, writer, or developer who works from home, Wave covers the core workflow at absolutely no cost. Here is how the workflow looks. Snap a receipt right after a purchase. Categorize it against Schedule C line items. Pull a profit and loss report before every quarterly due date. Your books are clean, your deductions are captured, and your year-end tax prep takes hours instead of weeks. But here is the critical gap. Wave does not track mileage, not through GPS, not through manual entry. If you drive for Uber, DoorDash, or meet clients in person, this is a real problem. The 2026 IRS standard mileage rate is 72.5 cents per mile. At 3,000 business miles, that is $2,175 in deductions. Wave will never capture for you. Best for zero-budget freelancers with no business driving. Watch out, one business drive a week and you need something else. So what if you want mileage tracking and still want to pay nothing? That is exactly what Found delivers. Unlike Wave, Found includes automatic GPS mileage tracking built into a free banking app. Found is purpose-built for Schedule C filers. The core tier is $0 per month, no minimum balance, no overdraft fees. Banking is provided through Piermont Bank, an FDIC member, and Found does something no other free tool on this list can match. Every time income hits your Found account, the app calculates your estimated quarterly tax in real time and moves that percentage into a separate tax pocket automatically. No spreadsheet, no manual calculation, no scrambling on April 15th. For a freelancer facing a $7,065 self-employment tax bill, that automated set-aside removes the most stressful part of running your own business. Found also auto-categorizes income from PayPal, Venmo, Stripe, and direct deposits against Schedule C lines. This matters in 2026. The federal 1099-K reporting threshold is $20,000 and 200 or more transactions. Earn under $20,000 through PayPal and you will not receive a form, but you still owe taxes on every dollar. Found tracks it regardless. Best for gig workers with income from multiple platforms who want banking and accounting in one free app. Watch out, no desktop version. Everything runs through mobile. Now, what about the most complete tax optimization tool on this entire list? Before tool number 3, one quick note. Keeping all of this organized, receipts, mileage, quarterly estimates, takes hours every month. PreFileCheck.com helps you review your deductions before filing so nothing falls through the cracks. Link is in the description. Now, tool number 3. Tool number 3. QuickBooks Solopreneur. This one is not free. It costs $20 per month, but for freelancers who drive for work, let me show you why it pays for itself within the first month. Unlike Found, which centers on banking integration, QuickBooks Solopreneur is built entirely around Schedule C tax optimization. Here is the math. At 72.5 cents per mile, 5,000 business miles equals $3,625 in deductions. The software costs $240 per year. Net gain from mileage alone, $3,385. Your phone tracks every trip through GPS. You swipe business or personal when you arrive. Done. And QuickBooks maps every expense directly to the correct Schedule C line item, so your year-end prep is essentially pre-done. QuickBooks also calculates your estimated quarterly payments in real time as income and expenses flow in. On $50,000 net income, self-employment tax requires roughly $1,766 per quarter to stay out of penalty territory. Important warning. QuickBooks will try to upsell you to QuickBooks Online. Do not upgrade. Solopreneur at $20 per month is specifically for single-owner Schedule C filers, best for freelancers who drive for work and want automated quarterly estimates. Watch out! Only worth the cost if you have real business driving. Now, what if billing clients is your whole workflow and you never drive for work? That is who Zoho Invoice is built for. Unlike QuickBooks, Zoho Invoice is completely free, forever. Up to 500 invoices per year, about 42 per month, plus unlimited expense tracking, a client portal, project time tracking, and a mobile app, all at zero cost. For a freelance writer, social media manager, or web developer sending 10 to 20 invoices monthly, Zoho handles the complete billing workflow at zero cost. But Zoho Invoice does not track mileage. There are no quarterly tax estimates either. Best for invoice-focused freelancers already inside the Zoho ecosystem. Watch out, it is invoicing software, not a full accounting platform. If tax automation matters to you, Found is still the stronger free option. Now, let us talk about the one tool people keep calling free when it is not. FreshBooks. You have probably seen older posts or YouTube videos claiming FreshBooks has a permanent free plan for up to 5 clients. That plan was retired. As of 2026, FreshBooks Lite starts at $17.10 per month billed annually, about $205 per year. A 30-day free trial is available, but there is no permanent free tier. Anyone still sharing that information is working from outdated data. So what does FreshBooks give you for $17.10 per month? Professional invoicing with automatic late payment reminders, built-in time tracking down to the minute, client retainer management for ongoing contracts. The invoicing experience is the best on this list. But there is no automatic mileage tracking, no quarterly tax estimates. Unlike QuickBooks Solopreneur at nearly the same price, FreshBooks is built for billing workflows, not tax optimization. Here is who it is best for: consultants and designers who invoice dozens of clients monthly. But watch out for this. If tax optimization matters, QuickBooks wins at the same price point. Before you choose your tool, 2 deductions almost every freelancer misses. First, home office. If you use a space exclusively for business, you qualify under Code Section 280A. The simplified method is $5 per square foot, up to 300 square feet, maximum $1,500. The regular method does better. A 150 square foot office in a 1,500 square foot apartment equals 10% business use. $24,000 in annual rent times 10% means a $2,400 deduction. Second, every business mile at 72.5 cents per mile. The IRS does not accept verbal estimates. And without documentation, the deduction disappears. So that rule comes from the government, not your accountant, which means you need to log every single trip. Here is the bottom line. Zero budget and no business driving? Start with Wave. Gig worker with multi-platform income who wants banking and automatic quarterly taxes handled for free? Found is the answer. Driving heavy freelancer who wants full schedule C-tax optimization? QuickBooks, Solopreneur at $20 per month, pays for itself. Need invoicing without mileage tracking? Zoho Invoice is free for up to 500 invoices per year. Need professional billing with client management? Go with FreshBooks at $17.10 per month. Before you file, run your deductions through PreFileCheck.com. It checks whether your expenses are defensible before the IRS ever asks. Link is in the description. This video is for educational purposes only. Always consult your own licensed tax professional before filing. Now, one question for the comments. Are you going with a free tool or would you pay $20 a month for the full automation? Drop your answer below.